you know, been super busy. No, I have not been shopping like a lot of people. Some other people were shopping, but I was getting prepared, right? But let me welcome you to the show first. I am your host, Teresa T.L. Matthew, the founder of Some Foods, the maker of Some Sweet, and I like to say that Some Sweet is the most spectacular sweetener that there is on the market. And why do I say that? Because it helped me to kick my sugar addiction. Yes, indeed, it did. I'm also the founder of SARE Nutritional Therapy. You know how that's spelled, SAIRNT. Yes, it's almost like Saint. Just got that R in there, you know? But SARE Nutritional Therapy. Yes, that is the title of this broadcast as well. SAIRNT, SAIRNT. And it stands for Sugar Addiction is Real Nutritional Therapy. Yes, you can catch these live streams on Facebook at SAIRNT, YouTube at SAIRNT, Twitter at Some Sweet Foods, and Instagram at Some Sweet Foods. Why does my eye look swollen? I think it is a little puffy. Wow. I was looking. I think it is a little puffy. Oh, oh well. And you can catch us there as well. And you can catch the rebroadcast because we do have a guest today that's going to be on the podcast, any other podcast platforms, and that is SAIRNT. Sugar Addiction is Real Nutritional Therapy. That's what that stands for. I'm trying to get the guest queued up into the back room again. Um, and let's see here. It's the holiday time. He might have forgotten. You know, they might be getting ready to go live, but I mean, they might be getting ready, you know, for the holidays and stuff like that, and completely forgot. Happens. It happens. Even though I did send out the messages this week, so. But continuing with the housekeeping here, want to remind you. Let me see it back here. Make sure that you get your 4 bottles in per day. 4 of these. We need 4. We need 4. Matter of fact, I need to take a sip there. Well, I'm almost feeling like I could chug that today. Okay, and so let's see if I can. He might have forgotten. And I did the motion for nothing, but we don't know. Hadn't heard anything, so I guess. And he's not responding, so. He's not responding. Hello. I'll get apologies later, I'm sure. Okay, well, I don't know, but you know, let me pull it up here. There was another recall. Let me grab my notes here. There was another recall. Oh yeah, I want to also remind you that if you have not, if you don't know what your risk is for type 2 diabetes, please go over to the American Diabetes Association. They have an assessment over there that you can take that will let you know what your risk is for type 2 diabetes. So, yes. So there is another salad recall, or maybe it's a continuation of the salad recall, because I did catch this again on my feed today, so that there is a salad recall. So this says Fresh Express, so maybe that's still a part of the same one. Let me pull up the rest of the notes here. That was from yesterday, and I don't know if I told you about that, but I think it's expanded. So the salad recall concerns several types of Fresh Express bowl and basket. That's what it is. Fresh Express bowl and basket, Giant Eagle, Market Side, and other products. So The company sold the recalled salads in various regions in the U.S. and Canada. U.S. distribution includes the following states: Connecticut, Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Massachusetts, Maryland, Maine, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, North Dakota, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, and Wisconsin. So those are the states. And for as far as Canada, customers in Ontario and Manitoba should be on the lookout for the products in the Fresh Express salad recall. So the use by dates of all the salad items with products codes Z324 through Z350. Don't know what those use by dates exactly mean, but they think that it might have listeria in there. So that is the continuation of, I believe, the recall that I have mentioned before. And yeah, so that's just a little update on that, on the salad recalls. And oops, let me check some notes here. Okay, so that is an update on the salad recall. Well, I don't see that my guest is queuing up and he's not responding to the messages. So it is the holiday time, and I wasn't really sure on today's broadcast because of the holiday, and I know that things, come up and can happen. So I was prepared. You guys know that I was prepared because I have a lot of great topics and information that I would love to bring to you all and share. So I'm always prepared. So there was something. Let me see. Yes, this is a really good topic here, and I was like so excited to bring this one because I was like, yes, this is a really a good topic to fill in. So I know that I said that we were going to have a guest, but again, um, some things come up. It's holiday time, so we're not going to be mad about that. It's holiday time, and that's kind of what happens. I got a great. Oh well, let me share this with you guys, and then I'm going to jump over into the topic. Um, I Let me say this. I've been looking and looking and looking for a space, not for a retail space, but for warehouse space, and for months. And it seemed like the elusive space was never going to be found. And I did make an application with one particular space because I was trying to find something that was the size that I needed and the budget that I needed. For business, I got to keep cash flow going and all that kind of stuff. And I'm a penny pincher, not a miser, but I'm a penny pincher, and I'm very careful about how I spend my funds, personal, business, all that. They don't give you nothing. Okay, you don't get nothing. Nothing is for free. So, and when you got a business, everything costs twice as much. It's like, oh yes, because businesses do make money, but when you're small like me, you ain't make no money. You know what I'm saying? But so I thought the space was elusive. I thought it was never going to come, and I made an application, and they were like, "Oh, your 2020 doesn't look good. I mean, so your debt to income ratio is not going to be able to cut it for what we want for the space." So I was really upset, and they were like, "If you get this and you get that and you get this." And so I went to working on it. And the last piece of something that I needed to give to them came. It came yesterday. But it came after I had signed a lease on another space, which happened to be a retail space. And I was like, what? I was like, I really didn't want it, but it was large enough in the budget and all that kind of stuff. I didn't want retail because, you pay for all the pretty glass and windows and stuff. And I'm like, I'm just manufacturing. That's all I'm doing. I'm mixing and making and all that kind of stuff. And So I wasn't planning on retailing. So that was not out of a shop, not out of my own shop, just out of, everybody else's shop. But I decided, um, you know, because I have some huge things coming up, and I believe I might have shared that I'm going into retail. When I said retail, not into my out of my shop, but into the vast marketplace. So being in a grocery store. So that's happening next year. And so in preparation for that, I was trying to find, the appropriate space and things like that. The retail space is what happened to open up. Um, and as soon as I signed the lease, I got the last piece of documentation that I needed to get the other space. So everybody's saying to me, well, count this as a blessing. This is a blessing. This is a blessing. This is a blessing. And all I can do is go, hey, it's a blessing, right? That's all I can do. I can't say anything else, right? Because I can't say that, no, no, no. I was feeling like, because I had kind of got excited. I'm like, okay, yes, a retail space. I'll put a little bitty store up there. And then I'll be able to, like, everything that I make and produce in the back, like when I'm even doing R&D and I feel like something is good, I can go ahead and try and, you know, um, give it to the public like that, and let them. Okay, she's called me twice now. Is my mic muted? Nope, it's not. Okay, this is mom. Hey, am I frozen? I'm there. She said she can't find me. um are you guys there? Can you see me? Are you able to see me? I need to check and make sure all of my streams are going. um Give me a second. Let me see if I see myself. Um, I wouldn't get my own notifications, so. Let's see. Maybe. I have a hard time with this one on my phone. So let's see. Because she says she can't find me. And I don't know. I can't find me either. Hey, can you guys see me out there? Somebody let me know. Because I don't see myself. Let's see. I'm checking the feeds. I never have to check them, so. Let's see. Am I showing up on YouTube? Interesting. I don't know. I don't see me either. but I've never checked. So I've never checked. Says everything is running. Oh, Facebook is unavailable. Why? It says Facebook is unavailable. I'm not sure why. And I don't see YouTube, and I see Twitter is running, but I don't know why Facebook is unavailable. So we'll keep going because YouTube is running. Yeah, it try YouTube and see what's going on YouTube because I can't find. Facebook is saying it's unavailable. I don't know why.
Well, now this one here that I had started watching now, this was yesterday.
Yeah, but try YouTube and see if it's showing up on YouTube, if you can get it on YouTube, because I can't see anything on my phone.
Okay,
All right.
I'll try. Okay.
All right, thanks. Yeah, it happens. Well, maybe it's a good thing that my guest didn't come today. I don't know why Facebook is unavailable, but yeah, let's see what happens. Let's just keep going here. Yep. Oh well. But I think I forgot what it was. The space. So I ended up with the retail space. I'm gonna have to edit this. And I hate editing. But I ended up with the retail space. And that's what I got. So I'm gonna have a little small shop at the front that is going to, it's gonna be where I can sell all the products that we make. So I've been saying like all along, it's like, oh, I'm getting this, oh, I'm getting this. So I've been buying my equipment and getting my equipment prepared. And so the equipment that I have gotten is we're gonna have a chocolate maker, so a melanger. So we're making chocolate bars with the some sweet. So that's gonna be happening. That we'll be able to sell those out of the space as well as try and make them available online. So that's what's coming in 2022. Yes. So we'll have chocolate bars. We'll have the chocolate bars. We'll have all sorts of chocolate coated snacks, kind of things. So we'll have some of that. There are cookies and brownie bites and I mean all kind of dessert goodies. And yes, unfortunately it wasn't prepared for this time of the year, which would be great to give alternatives, but it'll be there in 2022. Um so we have those things that are coming. Also, what else can I tell you? Yeah, some other kind of snacks that are coming, fruits and different types of snacks. We're just preparing it. We're just getting it ready. There's just like all kind of goodies. Excuse me. That's going to be coming next year. All kind of goodies. So I'm just getting everything prepared. So I'm like really really excited. So that's kind of where I've been, where my mind has been, what the stress has been about, and all of that. Just trying to get all of this, and I have a shop that will be opening January, February of 2022. So that's very exciting, very very exciting for me. Very 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 nerve wracking as well. but really super excited about it. Um, so that is that. That's just a little bit of the news to let you know what you can be looking forward to next year from some foods. Yes, so that's a little bit of what you can be looking forward to, and we want to help you get your 2022 started off right. Whatever is your New Year's resolution on your diet thing, saying I am going to um, I resolve to lose 20 pounds, 30 pounds. We want to help you to achieve your goals next year and give you some great snacks, great tasting snacks and things to go along to help you meet your goals in 2022. And the Some Sweet is available as well. Yes, we will be selling our puddings, our jellos, our cake mixes, our brownie mixes, our what else do we have? Cookie dough, shelf stable cookie dough, edible cookie dough that is available. So all of those things are going to be available, and we will be retailing those out in 2022, making those available. So I'm just gonna have like a retail, wholesale showroom type of thing, and we'll be manufacturing there in that space as well. All right, so that's my news. So what else did I want to talk to us about? So let's just go ahead and jump into this topic. I won't be before you very long. So we're coming up just on at the top of the hour. So I was reading an article about how to boost your dopamine with supplements, and you can do it with supplements, but you can also do it with food, and so I wanted to just go over some of the ways that you can boost your dopamine and what is dopamine and why is it important. So there are dopamine supplements out there and things like that, and we want to talk about that. And it dopamine has to um, do with your mood and your pleasure and reward. So dopamine acts as a chemical messenger carrying information between the brain cells, and dopamine, which interacts with the pleasure and reward center in the brain, makes you feel good. It's also related to brain function like cognition and attention, and motor functions like muscle movement. And in some cases, dopamine, excuse me, hold on a second. Okay, I wasn't gonna do that real loud in front of y'all, not in front of the company. No. But in some cases, dopamine deficiency has been connected to depression. So let's go over that again. Dopamine acts as a chemical messenger carrying information between brain cells. Dopamine, which interacts with the pleasure and reward center in the brain, makes you feel good. And it's also related to brain function like cognition and attention, and motor functions like muscle movement. In some cases, dopamine deficiency has been connected to depression. So, why did I think that this was important to talk about? For that last factor right there. Dopamine deficiency has been connected to depression. This time of year is very depressing for a lot of people. There are some people that actually, this time of year brings on a sense of sadness, and I think they call it, well, I mean, it's called sad. It's a, it's because it's the winter time, and it just becomes, very sad for people. I have, told people about maybe trying melatonin to kind of help with the mood, to get you regulated a little bit more towards, what's going on with the light and dark and things like that. Um, but if you were going to see like somebody in a medical professional, like a doctor, a psychiatrist, therapist, on that scope, they might prescribe an antidepressant um, type of drug. So, and they work by affecting the levels of serotonin, another neurotransmitter related to mood, and it's all, in the brain. So these drugs are called selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, or SSRIs. However, norepinephrine and dopamine reuptake inhibitors, or NDRIs, and they got this long name there of, these things, Wellbutrin, they affect dopamine. And so dopamine is an important neurotransmitter, this doctor says. And this doctor is Dr. Uma Naidu is a nutritional psychiatrist, a professional chef, and a nutrition specialist. Um, and he says, because dopamine is affected by several nutrients, or she says, and food can have a significant impact on dopamine availability in the brain. So there is that connection. And then other medical conditions are related to low dopamine levels, like Parkinson's in particular, can result when the brain is unable to produce enough dopamine. And so they have prescription drugs for that, that they give, that helps to get more dopamine into the brain, or they help the uptake of dopamine, helps to stimulate dopamine production and things like that. um, but dopamine supplements would be something that you could get, that may be like over the counter, um, types of things that can help to supplement, right? So rather, they don't contain active dopamine, but they have certain not chemicals, certain ingredients that support increased dopamine in the brain. Those nutrients that help to stimulate either the reuptake or the release of, or reduce the inhibition of dopamine. So you want to be careful with the supplements. This person is a doctor. They say, be wary of supplements that are marketed specifically for dopamine. It is a neurotransmitter. You cannot bottle that. The only way you can get it is through a prescription. So if there's something like I said, those other drugs and things that they have that will help to produce and stimulate dopamine, things like that. So you can get a prescription, but over the counter, you're not going to be able to get anything like that. You're just going to be able to get nutrients and supplements that can help to stimulate, help to cause the reuptake or release, or reduce the inhibition of dopamine. So, but you're not gonna get dopamine in the bottle. So there are supplements that have, and we have to say, may possibly have a role in dopamine support, and they help to reduce depression, and they cause mood improvement, may cause mood improvement. So we're going to go over those. So if you got a pen and paper, we can hit the ground running and talk about some of them, right? So the first one is we're going to go is it's called Mucuna, and is Mucuna. So it's a tropical and subtropical plant. It's also known as the velvet bean, and these plants contain small amounts of levodopa, the precursor or early form of dopamine. Okay, and there is a prescription drug that they do prescribe called levodopa, or that contains levodopa, which is converted to dopamine in the brain. So you see this supplement, velvet bean, it contains a small amount of levodopa. So among 18 patients with Parkinson's disease, this is how they tested it. Those who received either Mucuna or synthetic levodopa showed improvement in movement-related symptoms compared with patients who received a placebo. So that's according to a study that was published in August of 2017. And so it's called mucuna, but it's also velvet bean. Okay. The next one is vitamin C. So vitamin C is a cofactor. It helps with the formation and the conversion of dopamine in the brain, making it a vital nutrient. A deficiency of vitamin C will present, if you have it, you might have fatigue and actually a low mood. So adequate vitamin C levels are linked to helping you feel happier. So vitamin C, get you some vitamin C. It's also good for colds and flus and viruses. Don't know if it'll work with that virus, but you know. Fish oil. Fish oil provides omega 3s. You know how we like to get our omega 3s, right? Which have an important antioxidant effect and have been shown to improve depression symptoms. So, in particular, the long chain omega 3s, DHA and EPA, may play a role in increasing dopamine levels in the brain. So, fish oil. You want to get a good brand of fish oil. You really want to get a good brand. Tyrosine. So tyrosine is an amino acid made in the body. Tyrosine is an essential building block for producing brain chemicals like dopamine. So tyrosine. Magnesium is the next thing on the list. When magnesium is deficient, it can be linked to depression, as well as a decrease in dopamine levels. So while the mechanism for this magnesium effect is unclear, they do know that if you supplement with magnesium, you can increase your dopamine levels. Great source of magnesium to get is like Calm. It's called Calm. So if you just look it up, Google Calm, it's really great. It tastes great. It's not. I have used Calm and I've used other brands of magnesium, and some of them that I have, they don't mix very well. They're kind of chalky and or whatever. They're just not mixing very well. But Calm always mixes beautifully in whatever you put it in. So Calm is a great, and they have different flavors, and then they just have plain. So that's a great magnesium source. Curcumin slash turmeric. So the spice turmeric, through the active ingredient curcumin, may help the body release dopamine and confer some antidepressant effects. So, a small study of patients with major depression receiving curcumin in combination with a prescription antidepressant was safe, although similarly or only slightly more effective than taking the prescription drug alone. So, according to the data published in a 2013 study. So, that's a great help. Curcumin or turmeric, because that's where you're going to get the curcumin from. So, this one, carvacrol. 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 So that's an antioxidant. It's found in the spice oregano and in oregano oil. Um, you can get a supplement of oregano oil. And it's been shown to increase dopamine levels in animal studies. But it promotes dopamine production and prevents the breakdown or deterioration of dopamine. So, oregano. So this says in oregano oil dash carvacrol supplements. So if you just look for oregano oil supplements, that should probably point you in the right direction, right? The next one, L-theanine. So this is green tea powder, basically. It's an antioxidant that contains the amino acid L-theanine. So green tea powder, and it actually helps to increase the regulation of neurotransmitters in the brain, which includes dopamine. So green tea powder, we just talked yesterday about some of this, like green tea powder, I mean, not green tea powder, but green tea is good for you, and things like that. So here's another way that you can try and get your green tea into, like the form of green tea powder, and you take that, but that's good for you as well. Vitamin D, the sunshine vitamin. And this is involved in the brain's management of neurotransmitters, including dopamine. So you want to get vitamin D. And I'm also going to talk with us next week about some more on vitamin D. I just hadn't pulled that one out, that study out. But given that we're coming up on the weekend of the holiday, Christmas, and a lot of people get sad around this time. I really wanted to talk about this, if to get a chance. So since I'm doing it today, probably better to do it today than tomorrow, because people probably won't even, nobody will probably even listen to anything tomorrow, because it is actually the day before Christmas. So everybody will definitely be trying to do all that last minute preparation and things like that. But vitamin D, get you some sunshine, 20 minutes a day, noon, in the early, not the early morning sun, but between like 10 and 2, I believe, are the primary hours, the best hours to get the sun. But get you 20 minutes, just 20 minutes of just standing in the sun, sitting in the sun, however you do it. Get you 20 minutes of sunlight a day. That's really, I mean, that's the minimum. You can always do more, but at least try and get the sun. So the best time of day for a sun exposure for vitamin D. So let me get that. So you wanna, is midday, especially during the summer. The best time to get the sunlight at noon. The sun is at the highest point, and the UV rays, the UVB rays are the most intense. That means you need less time in the sun to make sufficient vitamin D. So that's in the summer, but let's see. Since we are in the winter all over the place in around this time, and you want to expose your skin, so you want to, I mean, it is kind of cold and everything, would good, but you'll be cool while you're soaking in the rays. But you really want to get that sun in, noonday sun, like I said, between 10 and 1 is like prime. So that's, yeah, and you want to get at least 20 minutes. So yeah, you want to get at least 20 minutes. I was just trying to see. I just wanted to see if there was what time for, like, during the winter. But it's still the same. The noonday sun is gonna be the best time of day to get the sun. So again, between 10 and 1. You can get it a little later, but you know. Also, it says, if your skin burns easily in the sun, I don't know, whatever. If your skin burns easily in the sun, you may only need 5 minutes of sun exposure a day before 11 a.m. and after 4 p.m. So if you have that sensitivity to the sun like that, you would want to choose those times. And and like I said, expose yourself. So you want to get it on your face, your hands, your forearms, things like that, so that you can get the sun. And your darker skin people like me, which is, I guess they say, like skin types 5 and 6, um, you want to get you can go out earlier and stay longer. And you got to get your skin exposed, because your clothing is going to block it, and you're not going to get it. But isn't that wonderful that we just can make it from the sun? Hey. So, all right. All right. So let's keep going here. Let's press through, press through, press through. That was vitamin D. Oh yeah. The other thing that we're going to have in there are probiotics. Fresh made probiotics, fresh made kefir. Yes. And I forgot my ice cream, my parfaits. Oh, yes, I forgot about that. But anyway, um, so what else? Probiotics. So probiotics increase gut health. So an unhealthy gut, as when you're eating, like when you're eating a poor diet, has been shown to decrease dopamine production. So an unhealthy gut is going to decrease your dopamine production. So if you want to get that feel good, happy going on, you want to get into some probiotics as well. All right. And saffron extract. So we're talking about supplements here. Saffron extract. Saffron is a spice with anti-inflammatory effects, and it may prevent um, reabsorption reabsorption of the neurochemicals dopamine, norepinephrine, and serotonin, making them more available to perform their functions. So, in a study of 56 healthy participants taking saffron extract supplements, they appeared to improve mild depression symptoms. And so, this was published in 2021. So, there you have it. So what about foods that support dopamine? So food naturally provides the complete nutrient package that your body needs. So nutrients that help the body fulfill its many functions and are most bioavailable to the body. They comes from whole foods. So let's see. The first food that we want to talk about is going these foods support are dopamine supportive or have dopamine supportive nutrients are citrus fruits we just talked about because we said vitamin C, right? So kiwi and red bell peppers and all sorts of citrus fruits are because they're rich in vitamin C. So you want to get that. You also want to try, if you're not vegan, but you can try cheese, dairy, but if you're vegan, you can try soy. Um, if you're not vegan, meats, fish, nuts, seeds are universal. Beans and lentils, they all contain tyrosine. So, fatty fish like salmon and plant sources such as oils, walnuts, chia seeds, they increase the levels of omega-3s. So remember, we did say that you want to get fish oil because it's high in omega-3. So here you go with your foods that you can get your omega-3s. Um, and again, turmeric is that spice. So you can just get turmeric and you can use it to add it to your smoothies, or you can add it to tea. So that's a way. Um, and they also say that you can add a pinch of black pepper to increase its bioavailability to the brain and body. So add some black pepper with the turmeric, and that'll increase its bioavailability. Again, of course, we mentioned oregano oil, but oregano as a dried spice in an oregano infused oil, or even an oregano tea is a way that you can get that oregano into your system and therefore help with the dopamine. Avocados, almonds, black beans, and quinoa are magnesium rich foods. Avocados are also rich in potassium, but in this case, we're discussing magnesium because magnesium has effect on your mood as well. Right. Okay. Sipping on green tea. So we talked about green tea powder, but you can just get you some green tea. So green tea, um, sipping it on a regular basis may boost dopamine levels and ease depression and help with cognition. Okay. Salmon, egg yolks, and mushrooms. These are vitamin D rich foods. So that's another great way to supplement and get some vitamin D through your foods, but get your 20 minutes of sun. That's completely free. Fermented foods, which is what we were last talking about to get your probiotics. Kimchi, plain dairy yogurt, coconut yogurt, can be associated with improving dopamine levels. Kefir or kefir, however you want to pronounce it, you can get some of that, but that is a great way to increase your get the probiotics into your body. And of course, then we last mentioned the vivid red orange saffron, one of the more expensive spices. So it's used in a variety of foods like saffron rice. So if you see some of that in the store, like down the specialty aisle section of the store, I don't know what they call it. The international section, you might see some saffron rice there. Would be a great opportunity for you to get some saffron into your diet. So I think it's best if you try to get some of this supplementation, or get this before you move to the supplements, the pills, forms of anything. Try to get that through your food, see how the food affects you, switching up your diet, changing up your diet a little bit to include more of these foods in your diet, um, and see how you can, build up, you know, just from just from your diet, build up those nutrients from your diet. So, they always suggest the Mediterranean diet, because it always seems to be good for a lot of stuff, but not everybody can really do that. And I'm not diet specific to say, hey, do this, because we're talking always when I'm talking lifestyle change, not just something just like we're just going to do something just for the temporary and see what goes. No, we're doing a lifestyle change. Because if you change your mood and you alter your mood, you want to feel better. You want to feel better all the time, right? And you also, if you're trying to lose weight, you don't want to just, hit it fast and then boom, be done with it. You want to maintain it, so that when you do lose, you want to maintain it. And slow is always better than fast. You didn't gain fast, so you don't expect to lose it fast. You lose it slow over time, and you'll be able to maintain it. Okay. So the best thing is, it's going to be able to do that. See how these foods work to help you to either prevent or promote a positive mood with you. So a little precaution about supplements, because you want to be careful when you're using supplements, because they don't undergo the same regulations or scrutiny all the time. Um, as prescription drugs, but I don't even really, you know, I'm not gonna say get your prescription drugs, because I don't even really trust them, but but you really want to be careful with the supplements. You want to get a good quality supplement. More expensive isn't always better, and cheaper isn't always worse, but you want a good quality supplement, a company that that stands behind their products. And I do see that there are a lot of new supplement companies out there that are making, and there's one really good one, and I can't think of the name because I never even knew the name of it, but it seemed like they were making supplements just from food. So I mean, basically the supplements were the food, which is what I've already told you what the foods are. So you can go and get those foods yourself. So, yeah. So what else? What else? What else? So, if you're really having issues with your mood in this time of year, and you're feeling sad and depressed, I would advise you to go seek a professional, to kind of, get with your healthcare provider, somebody, your, therapist, psychiatrist, or something like that, to help you. Um, you know, but they'll be able to help you, or they might even, even tell them about this with the foods to try and, treat that and help that, and then also you'll be able to get checked for certain deficiencies. So because you never know what is really causing that. um, so before resorting to dopamine supplements, do have a conversation with your healthcare provider. And it's always best because to talk to them too, because you don't know if you're taking prescription medications. um, you don't know how it's going to affect the medications that you're taking. So talk to your pharmacist, talk to your medical provider about the side effects or the interactions between the supplements that you want to add and the medications that you're already taking in that case. Okay. And so dopamine is a neurotransmitter that interacts with the brain. So any attempt to tweak dopamine levels should be carefully considered. So the supplements can change your mood or create mood states um, that are unnatural, because supplements can do that. And so be careful when you just go and grab stuff. But that's why I said, you know what things that are supportive as far as supplements go, and you know what things are supportive as far as food goes. Take the nutritional route with the food. Eat whole foods, okay? And get into some mind boosting or mood boosting habits. Go outside, get that 20 minutes of sunlight, right? That's going to provide you with the vitamin D, and it's free, and you just really can't get too much of that because it's, hey, when the sun is shining, it's there for you 12 hours a day, right? Well, at least the Bible says there's 12 hours a day, 12 hours at night. But in this case, when um, the days are shorter like it is now, because they're trying to shorten up the days and it's darker, longer and stuff. That's why people have those mood things. Get out there and get that 20 minutes a day. You know, sleep regularly. This is why I said I would recommend to people who were having trouble with the holiday time to maybe supplement with some melatonin, so that especially with the seasonal sadness and stuff, um, because to supplement with melatonin, so that it will help to help them to sleep easier. So but get regular sleep, high quality sleep, can help your dopamine levels get balanced out, you know and so you really want to get into a habit. You need sleep. If you're trying to lose weight, you need sleep. If you don't get sleep, cortisol levels are going to be high, and that is going to hinder your efforts, your weight loss, your fat loss efforts. They're going to be hindered. Trust me, trust me, trust me. I know, because I've been super stressed, and all of my efforts have been hindered. Everything's on the uptick. Yeah, because of all of the stress. Because I've been under months and months of stress. I be trying to chill, trying to relax, trying to do all of that stuff. Still, still under an extreme amount of stress. Um, because there's been a lot of stuff going on. I've been moving, changing locations, and all of that, just trying to get settled back again, and all of the anticipation. Because the reason why is because I absolutely positively hate moving. I hate it. So anything that has to do with it, it's like the lead up is bad, and the after is like, but I haven't, the after is like, it starts to get better and it gets chill, and then I'm calm and I'll get in a place, I'm not moving again, I'm not moving again. But if I'm in the state of I'm moving, then I'm gonna be like, it's gonna be that way for me for a while, until I'm completely settled. So, you know, that's the thing with me. So I've been under stress because of that. And it's not like it's like super high stress like at the time. Once I moved, and then the stress calms down a little bit, but it's that in the back of your head kind of thing, and I'm not settled yet, right? So this that in the back of your head kind of thing that is like still there, and that is what causes that, and that's what causes me stress. And sometimes I find that that's what causes like my patient stress. There's something in the back of your head, it's just kind of there gnawing, and it is stress. It's just like low level stress. And there are different times where you have things in your life that are like they're acute, or it's just like just something, or chronic, you know um and when you have this chronic, it's just kind of like, just kind of all the time. Acute happens, you know happens, stops, like that. But chronic is, right, all the time. And so right now I've been kind of like in the chronic state of stress, and my weight has, yeah, ticked up. But once all that mellows out, and because I'm older too, and when what the way things affect you in your 20s and 30s is a lot different than the way it affects you in your 40s and 50s. So I need to rid myself of all of the stress and get back to my peaceful bliss. And then I can see things really start to go in the opposite direction for me as far as weight is concerned. But I know what the stress is, right? And I just have to resolve the stress. And that's what you need to know for yourself, is what the stress is and what the things are, and resolve them. So if you're affected by the this season, and your mood is affected, you want to do something to boost your mood. So go outside, get 10 minutes of outdoor time. I mean, 10, 20. I say 20, get 20, but, get 10, or depending on what your skin is like, then that will determine really how much you need to get. And get regular sleep. And then exercise. Cardio exercise makes you feel energized, and it might have a positive effect on your brain's dopamine receptors. So that was according to a March 2016 study. So it does. I mean, exercise, when you exercise, you do get, there is a high that comes along with exercise that makes you feel good. That's why it's very easy for some people to get addicted to that, because it does stimulate the dopamine. But you just got to start doing it. And I know if you don't feel like it, if you don't feel like doing it because you feel like, I don't have the energy, start small. Just start small. Doesn't have to be something, doesn't have to be big. Just start small. And that little bit, you'll feel it. You'll feel it, you'll know it, but it'll also start to help to boost your mood. All right, and meditation. Remember, we've talked here about the mindful breathing and meditation and taking a pause, prayer, and all of those things that will allow you to relieve stress. But being in a meditative state was associated with a 65% increase in dopamine levels in a brain study by researchers in Denmark. So they say that yoga practices may have a similar effect. So I'm not saying do yoga, but whatever it is that you can do is going to help you to boost your mood and help you to relax and meditate. So just being in that meditative state. Remember, we had the person tell us about mindful breathing, or functional breathing, and breathing functionally. In through the nose, out through the nose, not through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the nose. And just breathing. Just, relax like that. I mean, hey, we've had it here. We've had some great guests here sharing with us a lot of positive things. So my time is up. Again, if you have enjoyed today's broadcast and you like this, please, please, please follow us on Facebook at SAIRNT, on YouTube at SAIRNT, on Twitter at Some Sweet Foods, and Instagram at Some Sweet Foods. And again, please subscribe to me over on TikTok at SAIRNT, because I need 1,000 subscribers before I can go live. That's it for today, you guys. I hope that you all find a way to something that I said help you, and that you find a way to increase your mood, improve your mood during this time. Again, until next time. Oh, you can get the audio always with our special guest. That will be available on all podcast platforms. Until next time, peace and blessings.